Yo, 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 we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. We are back. I tried trade yesterday, but it was nothing for me. This move left me. Yeah, it was techie, it was techie, it was techie. But anyway, let's see what we got today. Let's see what we got today. Let's see what we got today. Alright, cool. So currently we can see that this build up inducement came and met the dodgy decisional. Right? It's a dodgy decisional. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna explain why it's a dodgy decisional, but you can kind of tell it tapped into a SMT. So obviously, it's dodgy to me. It could go and make a high. It could just come back down and fail. We don't know. We know that this is possible trap. So let's pre what we got today. It's 4H. Our main push is currently from here to here, and we've taken daily high. So, but if we read the price before that, what did we have? We had this take out this high, right? Came and broke this point here, being the decisional that led this main push, right? So the decisional is broken, and if the decisional is broken, ideally where we going? Yeah, if the decisional is broken, ideally where are we going? We're going all the way down to here. These points here being the extreme, and this could simply just be SMT to go and take our high, take our daily high, then we come all the way back down. Why do I say this? Because the cycle is completed. Push, mitigation, push, done. So if anything, I'm expecting this to fail. This is just doing what it does to go and take our high. So with that being said, let's go on a lower time frame and see what's going on. Daily profile is currently telling us that delayed protraction, sell profile. Right? Why do I say that? Because the open, not the open, Asia high, Asia range. Yo, I just woke up, man. Allow me. Asia high, Asia range. Shit, ended at 000. Right. After that, Frankfurt session being around 2, we've already broke below Asia low. But now let's go and read the structure that led us to breaking this. And to do that, I might just use, because ideally this is the extreme I brought price down, right? Oh yeah, I'll drew this out. Alright, let me just delete this. This is the extreme that brought price. This is the extreme I was meant to bring price down. It broke structure here, so ideally we're meant to come down. But if we look left, we can also tell that these haven't been mitigated. Look, this point hasn't been mitigated. This point hasn't been mitigated. And of course, this point got violated. So we have a change of state and delivery. However, my thing is, are we going to keep going up, tap into this point, or even possibly break this point and go further up here? Or are we going to use this, retrace here, and then make our way down to obviously this main push that we've had? We're going to mitigate the demand zones of that. Or we could just say that, you know what, this was a sweep, push out. Then instead of us to get a reaction here, we didn't get no reaction. We broke it smoothly, meaning buyers are more stronger than sellers here. So when price comes back down, we're just basically going to do supply turn demand and maybe carry on. Those are the roadmaps I'm looking for. And if I'm looking at it like that, what broke this point here? Let's go and find that out. What broke this point here? Yeah, we'll do it to the wicks. Why not? What broke that point there? If I check, do we have any sweeps? Okay, we have one sweep here. Alright, and then we tapped it. Then we came back down again, mitigated. Don't know why that would be a mitigation, but broke it. Oh yeah, we mitigated it. So cycle is done for here. And then we went up. Then we came back down, mitigated. Trend line got taken. After that, we had another build up, inducement, push out, right? And we haven't mitigated, but we came and violated it. So we have a breaker structure here. What broke this point here? We need to go and validate that. BOS. But remember, this is not the one that broke this point. This ideally broke this point here, right? So obviously it took out the full high, as you can see there. And then of course, as doing that, it's taking previous day high as well. So I'm seeing, but remember, we haven't tapped nothing yet. So this could just be liquidity, right? To come down and take something on the side. What could we take on the side? Remember we said ideally this point led to that. So let's go on the lower time frame like M5 and see what happened there. We already said that this cycle, this sweep, push out, mitigation, cycle's completed. So if we're coming back down and we want to do a mitigation again and do a new cycle, ideally we're meant to take out the mitigation portion, if you get where I'm coming from. So let's see. London's about to open. Currently we have change of state of delivery, broken above this point here. So we could be going up basically to mitigate the portions that brought us down, and that would be the entry basically, because this will be break, mitigation, push out. So let's see what happens. Break, mitigation, push out. What did it do? We broke it here. This is an internal. This is an internal range demand. Supply. Do we break it? Internal range supply. What do we do? There's liquidity here. Took it. Tapped into the internal range demand with liquidity. Right? Have liquidity here. But do we break it? That's what I want to know. If we don't break it, then I guess we going lower, because the cycle might be completed. But at the same time, we're not going lower yet, because this point is unmitigated and we had this sweep. Let's read this point here. Just how to change the state of delivery. Mitigation. It's not really a change of state of delivery, is it? We had that here. Then we came and mitigated that here. Then went up, made a next high. Right, came back down, took out the mitigation. You see what I mean? We took out the mitigation, then done a new move up. Then this becomes break and retest. And ideally, this is where that good stuff happened. This is where the inducement happened. So I'm looking at this as my extreme. Where is that? Extreme. Okay, so we've broken this now. Okay. This is break and retest. But if I go on the M5, yeah, break and retest, I see it as well. Let me just see something. Oh. Yeah, it's not really gonna do nothing, is it? But anyway, this is the decisional that broke this point here. So I know I'm expecting price to come to the decisional. This portion here. Bearish decisional. Following the daily roadmap. This is what broke this point. This was it. Did it have an inducement within it? Let's go and check it out. You can see build up. In fact, trend line and build up. We took that out. Break. This became liquidity. So this is basically break and retest traders. You know where I'm coming from? Break and retest traders. And what could we do here? We could do this, something like, we've got break and retest traders, private vote, and then obviously we've come and taken them out. But what can we do? We can come down, take these out, because they're also break and retest traders. Do you know where I'm coming from? Tap into this point, and then we fuel it all the way up to here. Unless we go there first. But if we go there first, look, the cycle's about to complete. We have a sweep, breaker structure, right? Mitigation. So we should have the expansion to get to here. Do you know where I'm from? Unless, obviously, if this is break and retest traders, we take them out. Come and take out this break and retest traders as well. And then we go up. Or we could just fly down. Either way, makes sense. But if I go on the M15, let me see, have we tapped into that point yet? No, we haven't. We haven't. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting price to react off here and go further up. So if you come here and I get a confirmation, I can look to get in. But look at that. If this is the candle that comes all the way down here, that confirmation is not going to be the right confirmation, is it? So I'd rather just wait for the daily profile until we tap into here, and then we go. But break and retest traders got taken out. I want us to tap into the demand. Break and retest traders got taken out. Early shorts got done. We could just go from here and go all the way down. I won't lie to you, because we've got trend line here as well. Where's it coming from? It's just that we ain't hit the point of interest that I'm looking for. Trend line. And because I'm in drawdown, I'm only taking POI trades. Hence why yesterday there was no trade for me. Kind of like I recorded, but there was nothing. I wasn't talking yeah, I wasn't dropping no gems, bro. It was just me looking at price and going on my phone. So I said, there's no point in me posting it. Both sessions, London and New York, jolting, innit? But it's because I saw it. Nothing was going to happen. So I was like, is there a point of me trading it? Oh, yeah, let me go on my MT5 just to give you an update. Because a lot of you might think, oh, this guy's going to trade it. It hasn't come and shown you. No, bro. Look at it. Just the loss to be had. Just the loss to be had. Trust me. You need patience in these markets. Without patience, you're always going to get done. Cool. So we've come and taken out a break and retest traders, right? There's no point getting into this trade to go here. Risk to reward is not worth it. We know that daily profile is with us to go down. We found a point that's done that. This is our main push. So currently, what we're doing, we're looking until we get all the way up here. But to get there, we might come here first and then go up there, taking out these guys, because we haven't really tapped into nothing yet. If I'm going to M3 and see something, I mean, it did tap the fair value yet, but it's not a fair value yet that broke it. So ideally, I don't really consider it. It's just that we take and break and retest traders, isn't it? So that in itself could be a trade. Because look, we took them out. We took them out here, right? And then this candle broke this candle's range. It might have been a candle type trade, and we missed it. Because this is trend line, that we're coming to take this out. But yeah, it's peak. The reason why I just didn't take it, I know it's break and retest, but I was expecting price to tap into this point here. Because when we don't tap into this point here, I become, I'm coming from that. True side could have got a break even here, but even here is like it could just come back down. Come back up, and all my efforts is just going to the bin. So yeah, I know obviously this could also carry on a move, definitely. And if that happens, it is what it is, isn't it? It wasn't a point of interest. It was just a liquidity being taken. I said I'm only taking liquidity. Point of interest trades until I come out of drawdown, which is basically just one trade. So discipline, bro. Discipline. But when I realized it was break and retest, I should have looked further though. But I just yeah, man. I did say to myself, only A+ setups, man. Because these setups here, yeah, they're good, they work. This is bang on. London Open, we're taking out break and retest traders, and we have a change of style delivery, candle wise. Do you know? This is not structure wise. This is candle wise. Look, this took out that break and retest. This black candle broke the low of that, right? But then we tapped into this point here. So at this point here, obviously, had a sweep as well. So when we've broken this now, what are people thinking? Oh, let me sell. But remember, we haven't tapped that point yet. And this is also a demand zone, which swept something and went up. So ideally, if I really wanted to go against the trend, right? Nah. I could say I could enter here, yeah. Even that, it's just not making no sense, though, to get to here. Look at that. It's not making no sense. So me, I'd rather just wait. I'd rather wait until we get to here. and then give me a confirmation that, you know what, we're ready to go. Then I'll sell the remaining, like the rest of the move, which is, I know that at least max we could be coming to here. So you're gonna come from here because this is what led to that break. This point here, right? We mitigated and then decided to rip through. So at this point here, even though it's an internal range supply to demand, and I know it's gonna fail anyway, but it could give us a movement up. You know where I'm coming from. And if that breaks, we're just going all the way back down to these points here. And you see how, look, exactly what I was saying. Look, you see how we don't tap the bearish decisional, but we do break and retest. And what do? We come to this point here and violate the whole point. That could happen today. Hence why they want to get in without the POI being tapped into. So this could just quickly go up and violate all of this. Very true. But I know that we got trend line here. Trend line here. SD. S to D is here. So we should violate it. We should violate this point here. But we missed the entry. Entry was right here, banging on our open to come down. If this fails. But now we've come all the way down to the last candle. Do we break it? Of course we are. Trend line is there. So we missed the trade, still, I won't lie to you. But it was a trade I was never going to take because it didn't tap my bearish decisional. If this point did, that would have been lovely. Because I actually would have started looking for entry confirmations. But when it done this, I know it's break and retest, we can still go. But when you're in drawdown, you got to pick your fights perfectly, bro. Literally. You got to be aware, bro. Just because you're a trader and you believe you can trade, it's not every single trade or every single... Yeah, it's not every account that you position for a certain type of trade. What might be making sense? You position your accounts for certain types of trade depending on what account balance you have. When I have prof or I got a bit of buffer, I take trades like this. Hence why that's what I was doing last week. I had a bit of buffer. I was not in drawdown, so I can afford to take these trades. Because if I lose, guess what? We go back in drawdown. We go back to the basics again. POI. No POI. I don't really. Especially if I'm in drawdown, there's no point, bro. That is headache. I'm telling you, look. Yes, it works. I'm not saying the strategy don't work. It works. If we got in here, right here, we would have got in. But obviously, you had an invalidation as well. But let's say we broke this. This what broke it. We could have got in here. Look how big your SO is. But trying to ride this down, I mean, you could do that, innit? But me, personally, I want this point here. So you're going to come from point of interest. Why this point of interest? Because it broke this. Why that? Because this point led to us breaking here. The decisional here got taken out. The extreme here got taken out. What took the extreme? This bearish decisional. So I wanted us to go and tap there. And unfortunately, we haven't. But if I look here as well, yeah, this ideally is not the extreme. Yes, it did make the push. Right? But the extreme actually did start from here. This point here. And that could be my confirmation. But again, what are we reacting off? Okay, we have a sweep here though, but we did take it out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, it's techie. Yeah, man. There's no point rushing it. You know where I'm coming from? Because I could say, yeah, let me get on the extreme here and try to ride it here. This one makes sense. You gotta cover this one actually makes sense. This one here makes sense. To the bearish decisional. But is that the reason why I'm considering this, yeah, not considering this, I mean, it's because of this point here. This will essentially be the efficiency of the pullback. I want us to break this high. If we break this high, then I got some sort of conviction. Or if we tap it and we don't break this low and then we come back up, perfecto. But supply. Where the hell is the supply? But I mean, you know, it's cool, man. Let's just do this. Supply. Yeah. So we don't break. If you don't break this, because you think of it like this, though, this has gone and taken out this candle's high, right? And it's come and broken as low. We came and mitigated. If we don't make the low, as in break below this, we're weak. Because mitigation, expansion is not expanding. So if the expansion is not expanding and we come back up, what's that telling you? Obviously with this, we've broken below, so we can't get in yet. Let's break this, and then we'll come back down. Because this could simply be mitigation, and we're coming back up again, do another sweep, and then move. So you don't want to get in yet. You want it to be broken. If that gets broken, I know that the extreme is here. Because this was a one leg break. Let me just remove this. And what I essentially do is just trade it going back up to here. Potentially even breaking that. Do you get where I'm coming from? But we just have to wait. Wait. The waiting is the problem. Because if you don't wait, you might get dungied. And to me, I don't want to get dungied. So let's see, do we break it? We've got trend line there. We mitigated already. The expansion hasn't really fulfilled. We've gone up. We're about to do a mitigation right now.
Guess what?
Oh, shit.
Guess what?
How do I go
Guess
there?
what?
Ooh.
Guess what? Guess what?
Okay,
Guess what?
I'm guessing what? Decisional that we are at right now. Yeah. Do we get a confirmation on ETH? Cause I've been trading ETH and BTC recently. What do we do? Sweep, went up, mitigation, expansion, dark. I need a new one. It did lead to the break though. But this one here is a bit fugazi. But anyway, I'll put this here just for now anyway. Let's go back on German 40. See what we're doing. Consolidation. Coming to take out these guys as liquidity. Because clearly we're not breaking this point here. You get where I'm coming from. But you don't want to end here because there's still no confirmation. We're still below here. But we can read it as this. This took out this liquidity, came down, met the efficiency of the pullback. Right? We went, mitigated, came back down. We're still not breaking it. It's absorbing all of this. Then what? You ain't making no highs, bro. There's no highs being made because this wicks high is here. The low is here. Let's dive in deeper. Do we break the low? Not really. Barely. This took the low. So we have a new thing here going on here. So if you break this, ideally my entry I want it to be like something like here. Do you know where I'm coming from? Something like that. Which is ideally going to take us higher to like these points here. For the bearish decision. So I'm going to, let me load up my MT5. What the fuck? My MT5 tweaking out. MT5 better not let me miss this trade, you know. Yes. But the trade still hasn't confirmed yet. Don't fall for this, you know. This is just accumulation. We still haven't moved yet. We're still on this extreme. But look, we still haven't broken this bad boy yet. At least if that bad boy was broken, I would have said something. BOS. Even if that bad boy gets taken out, I want this one. So I want like the full break. This whole point of interest to get broken, and then maybe we come down. If I get that, if I don't, it's fine. I'll firm my losses. I'll not firm my losses. I'll hold it. Cause now it's saying that. Did this point make? What was the low of that? Low was 24268. 24268.5. Techie, we got equal lows there, boy. We got equal lows there, boy. So what could that mean? What could that mean? Remember, this took out the liquidity, went up here. Decisional got broken, this got broken. Ideally, this would be it, because obviously we broke that actual point here. So this is it. But now, I can get in here, yeah? But the only thing is, this could simply just be liquidity. And it could drive us back down. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I don't want to do that to myself, even though it makes sense from what we've established already. We have buyers stepping in, but they haven't broken this point yet. So me, I don't want to be too fast and get in. I actually want this to get broken, and then maybe even if it's here, that we have to get in. With our stop loss here, 0.7, it makes sense for me. And I could say, okay, cool, we haven't tapped this point. Look at that though. It makes no sense to take these trades. Look at that. Even if we make it to here, it's still not a 1 to 3. And look exactly what we do. We break. We're about to break it. Unless this don't break it, then this extreme is strong as fuck. But to me, what I'm seeing is, I'm only considering this because it's in my point of interest. It's against trend, there's a counter trend obviously to go and touch this point here. But I just need the confirmation. So we tapped it again, failed to go below, right? But this could simply just be this point here, us taking that liquidity there. Let me go lower so we can read that cycle together. Look, this low here got taken, and then we made a high here. This is the mitigation. Do you get where I'm coming from? This is the mitigation. So let's see. And then we're about to have the expansion now. Yeah. But then that, if that expansion don't finish above here, what does that tell you? The same thing that happened here. Sweep, came down, mitigated, expansion. It didn't break this point here. So it was just, this could do the same thing. No, this could do the same thing as what this is doing. And obviously daily bias is bearish in it. So yeah. But even that, this becomes a new thing. So we can come back down and probably mitigate. Hopefully. Hopefully mitigate like this. But still, man, to me, it's just not ideal, man. It's not ideal. See, the expansion is done now. And we didn't break it. So you see what I mean? It's not making no sense. So there's no point forcing the trade. I'd rather just wait until we reach here. And maybe we get the move that we're looking for. But in terms of this is just, ugh. This is what yesterday was doing to me. You know? There's no trade. You see, in these days, these are the days that people force trades. And then what do? They end up losing so much. So when the good days come, the profit they make, they just can't see it. They can't see, like, they can't see what progress they've done. Because days like this that they were meant to avoid, they weren't avoiding it. You know where I'm coming from? They weren't avoiding it. And me personally, I gotta avoid it, man. I gotta avoid it because trading in here is not the best thing to do. You got this supply and we got this extreme. Which one's gonna hold? You're basically gambling at this point. So me, I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait until we reach. Oh yeah, GU and EU. I remember we tapped somewhere that I was looking for. Oh my lord. Took out all of this. This is what broke this, right? Nah, it wasn't. One sec. M15. Yeah, there's nothing really in the market. I know this is SMT, so ideally this could fail, this high, but we ain't tapped into nothing yet. What broke this? Ooh, it could have been here though. Let me see something. What broke the decisional? Yeah, the thing that broke the decisional, we've broken above that. Yeah, techie. Let me go on to M5. M5 might tell us something. Broke here. Changed their delivery. We still ain't tapped into this point here. Inverse fair value gap. What broke this point here? It was this. So we still ain't tapped into the extreme yet. Well, this point here yet. Which will ideally be all the way down to here. And look at this. The reason I don't like this daily profile, ideally, what's meant to happen is we're meant to do that, stay a bit in the Asia range and then break it during Frankfurt Open. That, to me, gives me a solid, I'll show you what I mean. See, when you have it like this, where prior Asia is just coming down. This point here becomes a bit crazy. But we know that, okay, cool, let me just mark this point out. Supply. I'm just gonna put extreme supply. But yeah, look, let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean with where's my scally draw? But I got so much shit on here, This is like my personal notes. It's crazy. But yeah, delay protraction cell profile, Look, you see how, cool, fair enough. Between 12 and thing, we made it there like that. That's true. But it's like 12 is like, I don't know, man. Me personally, may not know. This is break and retest traders though, so we know that we've taken them out. But I don't know, man. Price ain't really. See, look, this is why they want to get into the long. We haven't broken it yet. Look, we're just gonna keep doing this up and down movement, knowing full well that we want to go here. I don't want to keep doing this to us. But let's read it. We took this high, came and took out this low here, so we're gonna mitigate. So now we're doing the mitigation, but it still hasn't confirmed nothing yet because we're still in that range. I'm coming from still in that range. Yes, there's a possibility that when we mitigate, we could come down perfectly because this cycle is not completed yet. All right. But what if we don't? What if this fuels it past that and this becomes liquidity? It's crazy. I wasn't going to trade today because price is just not looking the best. And when it's not looking the best, I don't force shit. I just read it, honestly. I might be tempted to get in like how you saw me load at MT5. But you see how I didn't press the button because I know how it is. Before I press that button, I ask myself, would I regret this? What are the odds that this could go against me? And if I feel like, you know what, it could go against me because maybe a cycle is not finished, it's not mitigated yet. For example, this one here. Look, cycle is not, look, sweep, came down, broke this point here. Yes, this is equal lows. Yes, all of that, we hear that. But this cycle is not completed yet. We're coming to complete it now. This is the mitigation. We need to come down. Either come down or meet this demand. That's the only thing. Come down, meet this demand, and maybe break structure. That's the cycle done. Or break it. It's just two ways it can go. So now I'm waiting. Do we meet this demand and then go and break this point? If we do, then guess what? I'm involved. Because we've had two sellers cycles and they couldn't break this point here. So will you just tell me that the third one's going to hold? It's not going to hold. So if a third one was to happen, I'll still end up taking it. So what are we looking for? What the hell is going on? Oh, yeah. So look, this is the point that I wanted to mitigate. If we still want to go up, decisional extreme. Yeah, because if we do this and go higher now, what's that telling me? That a cycle's completed. But you see how we didn't do that? We came and broke it. Cycle's completed again. When I mitigated, cycle's completed. We still haven't broken this. But walk off of this, bro. He's holding this shit. He is holding this extreme because this extreme's got the move, bro. Ideally, this was the low. So, yeah. We went two leg change of style delivery. So do we break this point? Who knows? Damn, this is crazy work. I don't know what is going on here. For 20 minutes straight, we've been stuck here. Wild works. Anyway, I said we're coming up to here. Let me see what EU is saying. EU is saying we've broken a decisional. Okay, what broke that decisional was this point here. This point actually did break it. Why would that be a decisional though? What time frame did I mark this on? Yeah, see, that's a bit dodgy. decisional actually would be here. You gotta do it from. Oh, that's not it, is it? No, let me just go back on German, man. See what German's saying. It's crazy. There's no trade, guys. I can't lie to you. There's actually no trade. No trade. This week is gonna probably do that. Oh. This week is probably gonna do that. But I want to see something though, because this was actually a trade. It's just no point of interest. I want to see something. Yeah, it was the trade style to come to the extreme. We missed it. But this is crazy. This is the maddest build up, because now when we sweep that, let me see what's below it. And this is the point that broke it, but we mitigated already, unfortunately. So we could come and take out the mitigation, possibly. Who knows? But all I know is there's no trade. There's actually no trade. Yes, if this breaks above it, I might be interested. But this should just basically mean the decisional failed. Which now the whole point is SMT now. So now it's like, okay, cool. I can now get in like this and ride it to here. But what sense would that make? Cool, maybe we break this. Maybe we break the decisional. Fairs. But remember what we've left here. Do you really think we're going to break the decisional doing that? But I might just get... Nah. I can't get it knowing that there's liquidity right here, broski. That is for sinuous work. I'm telling you. Even though I know we're going to here. Getting in here just to go here. Giving me 2.23. Knowing that there's liquidity here that I can lose that. Look, pick your battle. I'm picking my battles right now. Is it worth me taking this trade? Would it make any significant change on my account if I do this to here? Or is it better to wait for another day or another session where everything's looking clearer? You see what I mean? Don't do it to yourself, bro. Yes, we can tap here and go. I'm not saying we can't do that. We can. And it will hurt me if it does that, because I want to be part of it. But at the same time, what are the odds that this could be liquidity, right? And maybe we come all the way up to here. Yes, this point didn't make a new low, but it broke this point here though. But it didn't make a new low. We know that. But look, you gonna come from? So is there a point on me getting in? And I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. And we could say, the extreme is all the way up here. Do we get there 1 to 3? Still not. Still not. I would like to get in. I honestly want to get in, but this is just simply support and resistance, bro. This is crazy work. Crazy work, brother. Crazy work. If we didn't have all of this mazzoline, then fairs. But this whole mazzoline is just, brother. You could say this is the decisional that led to the main push. This point here. Being a decisional that led to the main push. Right, so price might come back and tap into it. Maybe. Even here, maybe. With an SL here. Yes, you could do that. Yes, I want to take it. But I'm restricting myself. You know where I'm coming from? I'm restricting myself. I want to take this trade so bad. It will make sense to take it so bad. To this point here. I'll just put it at this point here. It will make sense to take it so bad, but at the same time, I don't want to. I don't want to because it makes no sense. But you know what? Because this could simply just be SMT, I won't lie to you. It could actually be, because there's no block, there's nothing is tapped into. So imagine if we took the trade. We would have got smoked. See what I mean? We would have got smoked. Because this is liquidity. Now, if you go up, I'm interested. You know, I'm coming from. I'm interested. But now this one don't make no sense. We see when you start reading price like this and you don't take action and you know that the probability is not on your side, then it doesn't. It goes the way that you thought or whatever way you thought. You gain more confidence in holding or being patient and waiting for your perfect setup or a setup that you understand that you know what, I can take this one. It looks clean. This one here did not look clean to me, but now I've gained more confidence to wait longer. Because if it's not the right one, you're going to lose. You're just going to lose for no reason. I would have lost 2K for no reason back into further drawdown on phase 2. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? It makes no sense. It only got 5% to pass. Why rush it? I'm telling you, why rush it? A lot of people get to phase 2 and they let their emotions. I'm feeling the same emotions. I want to pass as well, bro. But at the same time, I need to be grounded to know that, bro, is this a probable move for me to take? No, it's not a probable move for me to take. So why would I take it? Because now if someone probably took the trade right now, today, right now, on their phase 2 as well, and they've probably blown their account because the try risk way too much to try get to pass this thing in one trade. You see what I mean? That's why I always say, bro, just read price, bro. When you don't understand price, just read it, bro. Think of it this way, bro. If not today, tomorrow I'm still going to wake up and come, and it's still going to be a London session. This blue box here, there's still gonna be one, and maybe that one I might be able to read it properly. You know where I'm coming from? When you're just, bro, you have to realize this, because we understand the way market moves. Our setups are abundant. I'm just using time to restrict me. I'll show you something. Yesterday, right? I considered taking this trade, but I said it's not in my key window. Let me be disciplined. This is phase 2. Why do something that you didn't do before? Where is it? This point here, right here. 6. I think was this 4 or 6? Nah, it was 4. When I had this change of style delivery here, right? Well, ideally this point being broken, I could have gotten on this wick here, targeting this point here. Why? Because this is a SMT. It failed to make the low. We have a change of style delivery. The candle that tapped into the extreme. Obviously, the extreme can't be identified that much because it's a wick. It's basically the whole point here, right? But think about it. What tapped this point here was this candle here. Tapped it. Ooh. What tapped this point here was this candle, right? We went and took that high, came further into it, and then we broke that high. Bang on. This is not my key window, but it's in a forbidden key window. I could have taken it and I would have went all the way up. But I decided to restrict myself because of time. I don't know if it's really, obviously I know that this time here, sometimes we do big moves. But at the same time, it's like, is it worth it? And I left it. But it means that, bro, there's setups every single time, bro. There's always setups. SMT, right? SMT, look, setup. We came and mitigated this, taking this out. Break, change of style delivery, mitigation, move. There's so many setups, bro. You don't need to rush it on things that you don't make sense to you. Literally. Now we've broken this. This could become liquidity. It might not be a break of structure. It could just be liquidity. So I'm not really involved in it. And I'd rather just go and see what G and E saying, because I know that this is a smart money trap. This basically is the inducement of the day. Could be. And we're just struggling to go up. This is a trap. We've tapped it, broke this high. I know that is not going to hold. So what do I want when we come and tap into the extreme, basically? Obviously, I already missed this point here. The 2 leg. The 2 leg's about to happen now, ideally. Leg number 1, break. Leg number 2, break. And then maybe we come up, tap into this point here that we had marked out. That would be nice. Got leg number 1, leg number 2. We know that this is a smart money trap, so this is going to get taken. What do we have below it that we can target? The decisional. To go and come from. This is what actually led to all of this. This had no liquidity cycle. I kind of did. You could say it kind of did. Where we broke it anyway. So, and what broke this? Somewhere here. I need to find that out because I want to see what we actually tapped into, because that matters more than where you think we're going. What broke this? Okay, this candle here was the last VIM because this took out the liquidity, right? Failed to go higher. Tried to mitigate. It rubbed out. Boom. So this becomes, let me see something. Yeah, so it's valid. To me, it's valid. Now just, have we got the 2 leg? We got the 2 leg now. 2 leg is done. We haven't had the efficiency of the pullback. Good days. So now what am I looking for? 2 leg is done. I want us to go further up. Why do I want us to go further up? Because we haven't tapped the point yet. Ideally, we could go up, do up the 2 leg again. Right. Or we could come and mitigate this point here. But me personally, I'd rather wait for this point here. Why is that? Because leg number 1, leg number 2. But this leg number 2 is false because we ain't really tapped this point yet. Yeah, we ain't really tapped the point that actually tapped this point yet. We just fill the fair value gap. So it being break and retest traders. Simple. Do you know where I come from? Because look, at this point, price came down. People wanted to sell. They put their SL here. They got taken out. Price came and done that. Now, what are they looking at? This is the new SL. They're looking to put their SL here like this again. All right? What does price do? I'm expecting it to do this. Take them out again. And then make the move down. Hopefully we get that. Sometimes we don't get that. Sometimes it just uses this one and we tap into this point here and we go lower. But me personally, let me see, 0.7 makes no sense. So rather even have it somewhere like here or even here. That makes more sense. Taking out this low. Following the daily profile, daily cycle of mitigation, push out. If I look on the M15, what do I see? Sweep, push out, right? Break and retest traded, this could be. But really, this could also be the decision. But it's just, there's no liquidity cycle in it. So I'm not expecting it to come make some massive move down. Maybe not. Maybe this even holds and it's not a smart money trap. Who knows? Who knows? But you see how we're going up? We're going to wait for this one. Let me see what German's saying. Yeah, man. German, I ain't trading you today. Even EU and G, if you don't give me what I want, I don't even trade you as well still. But this is how you stay disciplined, bro. It's like, if you're not disciplined, bro, the market is going to do you. So you have to stay disciplined. It's that simple. It's that simple. That is what I'm exercising here. Yes, I show you what I do in terms of the skill that you need and that. But at the same time, you can learn all the skill. I know all the skill. Well, how comes I'm not flipping a mil funded yet? Because I'm still learning my psychological way of thinking. Right? I need to, because you have impulses. That's the thing about psychology. It's impulses, and you have to be able to control those impulses. For example, now you've seen this, you know that, a candle breaking above here is a change of state of delivery, right? Okay, cool. And we've broken above here as well. So we know, okay, cool, we can get in here and go here. That's an impulse. You're thinking from impulse, because this point hasn't really tapped nothing. Yes, we could go here, but why not wait for this move first? Why try to do this? Because you understand it, it will prompt you to get into points because it makes sense. But it's not what you see from, I think Wakar says this, hindsight is not the same as trading. Seeing something on hindsight is not the same as taking a trade. Because when I'm taking a trade, I need confirmations. One is time. Time is my biggest factor. Point of interest. Right, either decisional and extreme. I'm talking about my A+ setup. Either decisional or extreme. And then daily profile back in that. I'm cool. And my lower time frame confirmation, of course. But I'm cool. With that, if I know that the daily profile wants to go down, and then I see that London has come and tapped into bearish decisional or bearish extreme, broski, what am I waiting for? That is me. That is me. For real, that is me. But anyway, let's see what happens here. We know that this is a smart money trap. Alright? We know that. We know that. We see it. We feel it. We know it. What time is it? It's nearly about to touch thing now. Daily profile. What's that telling us? That we're bearish. We have an extreme. Right? 2-leg. What do you want to happen? Price go and break this high. Because we still ain't tapped into this point yet. Remember that. And this was a 1-leg break. Ideally. Yeah, 1-leg break. So if it's a 1-leg break, sometimes what happens is we take out these points and just keep going up and down, up and down. But I'll only sell if we're in this point here. Because we know that the extreme is here. And if I look here, the extreme cycle is done. Look, build up, inducement. Sorry, build up, inducement, push out, mitigation at its finest with an inducement as well. Then we went up, didn't break nothing. Then we basically a 2-leg here going to do this. So if we're coming back down to mitigate, well, we should come back down to mitigate at least this point here. Have we done that yet? No. Do we have bearish signal that we're coming down? Yes. What is that? The 2-leg. 2 bearish confirmations. Now we're just coming to the premium of that. What does the premium look like? I don't really use fibs no more, but the premium will look like this. Look, where's the 0.6 around these sides? Around these sides. You can come from. And we can target this. But I want something that when I target, it brings me here, right? Lower time frame confirmation. Something I target that brings me here and it gives me the 3R. So I'm looking at this high being taken. If that's what I'm looking for anyway. If not, it is what it is. We missed the move. It's not that deep. But I don't mind staying on phase 2 for a month, bro. You see what I've done with the phase 1. I don't mind. As long as I have the account and I can replicate the same habits that I'm using on the challenge, on the funded, why would I not get a payout? Because we made 10%. We made 10% with, I think, across 42 trades that we took. With a 45% win rate. People pass phase 1 in like 3-2 trades, right? That is not, I'm not saying don't do that. Do that, obviously. If everything aligns, take it. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying there's people out here that go on phase 1 or phase 2 and pass, right? They pass very quick because they're risking big and they're risking wherever it is, right? But the way they're trading, I see it as his luck. Not because they're risking big. It's because their perspective of why they took the trade. They're basically just winging it. Like, for example, I've seen a change of stale delivery here. I can just enter here. And expect price to go. I know price is going to go up. So if it goes up, I mean, it's a way of trading. I'm not saying there's not a way of trading. But I'm just saying, if you can't replicate it, because, for example, this, not every single time it does this is going to do that. But obviously, this one here makes sense. That this is the candle that broke this. So if we broke above it, ideally, the entry was here. And you're riding it all the way to the bearish decisional. Or the extreme, sorry. It makes sense you can do that. But some people force it. I'm not forcing trades. I wait for my points that I want. These points here. This could be a SMT. But it might not. This is the actual SMT because it's tapped into an SMT. But we don't know that yet. Right now, I'm just yapping in it. But what I'm basically trying to say is, bro, just know when you're getting in. Find ask yourself, is this probable? From what you've back tested and from what you understand and what you forward tested, does this make sense for you? If it makes sense, take it. For example, if I saw this earlier, I might have taken it. Knowing that, you know what, we could go and break this point here. But me personally, I won't do it. Not when I'm in drawdown because this is no point of interest trade. German, let's see what you're on. Okay. We need to work this trend line. So we know that we need to work this trend line. Have you met the last point yet? No, we haven't. So ideally, if we get a lower time frame confirmation here, right, because we tapped into the point that actually led us to do this point here. But it's a big zone. So you're coming from is a big zone. This is the decisional. Bearish decisional. But this break and retest has fulfilled his move. So how do I know that we're not going to go all the way back up here? We read the lower time frame confirmation. Let's see what time frame. I mean, what thing do we have? We have a sweep, break. Have we mitigated yet? Yes, we kind of have. Expansion. So until that move is done, and if it breaks above here, I know that, okay, cool, we're actually growing it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. If the move finishes here and we come and break this low, what do we have? We have a new sweep, push out. So if we come back, remember this cycle is completed and we just started a new cycle in expansion phase. So if this point violates, what do I see? I see it as I can enter here, right? 0.7, and I can come all the way down to here. Let me go and check something quickly. Knowing full well that we can come here or even break this point here. Yeah, because it's an SND. But breaking it is a thing that you have to commit to. I don't really think I'm going to break that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Because it's 49 now. It's 49. If we don't break this and we break that, we're likely going to go up and going to take out this break and retest. This liquidity here. Why is that liquidity? Because break and retest got taken. We haven't tapped into the bearish decisional yet. Simple. BTS. So hopefully if we get this, is our time now. Let me go and check GU. Okay, G is nearly there as well. If we get there, but we have this point here. So let's read the cycle now on this. Sweep, change of style delivery, mitigation, right? Cool. So now when we break this now, what led to that was this point here. Sweep, right? No mitigation yet. So let's break this. I think we have now. So let's come back down, mitigate, finish the move here. And then now if I see a lower time frame confirmation like something like this, I know that this cycle is completed and this will be the mitigation portion of it. So you see how we're mitigating right now. Let me just remove the fib. See how we're about to mitigate right now. If we mitigate, that'll be perfect. If we don't mitigate, that's a problem, because now when we go up here, cycle's not really done, is it? It's just still the one leg move, and we could come back and mitigate. So I want us to mitigate here. Anywhere in this candle's fine, even if it's here. As long as this lower don't get broken and we're gonna make a new high, that's the cycle completed. And we're going further up. So I guess this one is going to the extreme. It's going to take out these points here, because this was the liquidity. We generated that liquidity, tapped it. I want to see something. What did we tap into? Tapped into the mitigation, which also had this low taken. So it is an inducement. It's just a trend line inducement. We know that later on it's going to get violated, but we just tapped into that point now, and we're going. Not German, GU, EU. One's made a high, one hasn't made a high. So we have divergence here. Now it's just lower time frame confirmation. But divergence of our, okay, cool. Let me just do it like this here. To the actual thing, we haven't tapped it. Doing the mitigation now. Have you still not done the mitigation yet? Let me see. Oh, no mitigation yet. Scary sight. So we just tapped it now. Let's see what E is doing. E just done this inducement, gone up here. It still hasn't tapped this point yet as well. It tapped the fair value gap down. But let's see. Let's see. See how GU took out this high, disrespected it. Look, disrespected it. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then came to the extreme. After the extreme, we had this move here. But remember, this is not really extreme. The extreme is here, because this is basically a mitigation of the extreme. But the mitigation of the sweep as well, so it's valid. For price to move up based on SMT, the actual extreme is here. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, cool. We've come and done a mitigation now. This is the actual mitigation. So we've done sweep, break this point here, right? Then we've come and mitigated. This is the mitigation. So now I'm expecting another move up. I'm expecting another move up. Remember I said the mitigation could be here, it could be here, it could be here. As long as the low don't get broken. So now look, we're about to do it now. And I want to refine this. Let's go on to M3 quickly. I want to refine this to like maybe like here. Yeah, these hands here. So I want that expansion to reach here. Then when that's done and we start a new cycle, what are you catching? You're catching a Mazzoline to come take out this low. Ideally. Because this cycle will be done. But does that finish before our I might give it 15 minutes. 15 minutes extra. 15 minutes extra. German, let's see what you're doing. Okay. Bearish decisional has been broken. And we know that the decisional is here. So maybe you might have it during the same time as yesterday. So you can come from. Or we could just see it as this could be an internal range that could take us down. Because it's taking out break and retest. But at the same time, this is also a break and retest. But isn't it? I wouldn't say this is really. It's just that it hasn't tapped into the bearish decisional yet. That's why I'm calling it a break and retest. Let's do it like this, yeah. So that yeah, we broke in this point here. Those people got forward again, came down. These people are also going to get forward and to be tap into this point here. GU, are you there yet? No. But remember, obviously, yeah, we have to tap this. If we don't tap this, the trade is invalid, brother. See how GE, no, let me do both of them side by side because I need them side by side. We need them side by side. No, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. F11. Which one is it? Oh, yeah, it's this one. Let's put them side by side. Side by side. Side by side. And this is on a 30 minutes. Let's go on a 5 minute. 1 minute. And this would be it. Tapping into this point here with a fair value gap. So this point is already tapped into it. Hence why EU is not breaking above this point here because this point is already tapped into this point here. See, has gone and done that, and it's showing you the move down. So we have a change in failed delivery tapping into this bad boy here. So now this cycle is complete. This cycle is complete. Let me just move this to here. And we have a change of failed delivery. So now this cycle is complete. I need that confirmation. We've tapped into this bad boy now on the M3. M3, look, we've tapped into it. Bang on at the open. So then what am I looking for? Maybe take out this high, right? So then we can start a new pattern. Because this has swept the candle low. I wanted to sweep the candle high. Or it can just come break it either. But I wanted to sweep it. So if it sweeps that, and we come and break that, this candle low here, what does that tell you? We have a new cycle in place. Point of interest, new liquidity cycle about to start. Unless we break it. If we break it, that's different. So let's see. EU failed to break above this point here. Now I'm just looking for that move now. Let me go on my MT5. Perfect. EGU and EU. Right, I haven't even got GU on this. GBP, USD. So let's see. So we've gone all the way up to here. Right. Gone all the way up to there. Now I'm just looking for a candle. We might mitigate because this is also another sweep. But if we break that, to me that's a confirmation. Why the hell am I on German? I want GU charts. GU. I want GU. So I want us to break this point here. That would be a change in state of delivery for me. And then I could just look to enter like this. Literally off that point, this point here. And I'm targeting at least this point here. Or even lower, because this whole point is a trap. So now I said leave a fair value gap after we break it. That would be nice. Remember, I also said this is a sweep. So you still got one more leg to go. If we do that, that's fine. If we don't, and we break it, ideally we want it to break. That would be nice. See? Perfect. So now I just want to enter with 30 lots. Sell. So I've sold now on GU. And I'm risking 1,000 something. Let me just bring this on the screen so we can all see that. I've entered. And now let's see what happens. Do I take the loss or do we go? Let's see. Let's see what happens. I know we have to come back and do a retracement, which is fine. Ideally, we should just rip. Which can't come from. And my break even will be at this bad boy here. Why this bad boy? Because that was the last inducement that took us there. BE. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We could come back up and mitigate this point here and then do that. So I can expect that. So no panic if we do that. Just gonna have to draw it out there. Or we could just say this is the cycle, this was a mitigation and we've come and taken that mitigation out. But this could start a new cycle to go further up. She can come from. So we have to be aware of that. But we're expecting that to fail anyway. We're expecting that to fail. Has this broken this point yet on EU? Let's see. Nope, it's come to the extreme though. It's come to the extreme. So yeah, let's see what happens, man. Remember, ideally, this is a smart money chart, so we can actually target the whole thing. You know, cover from, but we're not on that. We're not on that madness yet. We just, when we get here, we're not break even. I want E to break this. I don't like what E is doing because this will be considered as a change of state of delivery. But yes, break that. Break that. That's where we go. Let me put my shit in break even now. Break even in so we don't lose. And now we keep going. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going. We know that this is a trap. Remember, this is a trap. This is an SMT. SMT trap. Do you know what I like to do? Yeah, I like to take a bit of because I'm in drawdown. I don't like drawdown that much. Yeah, I like to take some off. You gonna come from close by market? Yep. So we did it even close that much? Only 7 bills. That's a joke. But either way, if we get break even, we made some sort of progress of coming out of drawdown. You can come from. That's what we care about. So yeah, now we shouldn't get a break even. Ideally, we should just come all the way down, but we could because we've broken structure, and this is the high of that, and we've got in early. You can come from. So we could expect that. This is also a demand that broke this, so we could expect some sort of higher prices. But we don't want that. But it could happen. But we got break even in place. But that break even is like it's not really the break even we're looking for, but we have it there anyway. And now we can just watch price go down. We could just leave it and let it go. Literally. Because we've taken a bit out, so we're happy. That's 1. 2, we've got break even, so we can sit down and just enjoy the trade. It's that simple. I've removed the psychological part of me losing today, right? I can't lose. I already made profit. Think about it that way. After you think about it that way, you're cool. You're actually cool. So obviously this is demand, and we could go further up. We could go further up and tap us out. It would be a shame, but hey, we made some sort of profit. You made some sort of profit coming out of drawdown. You're in drawdown, that's your main focus, to come out of it. How we come out of it? Strategically. So now we just watch what price does, man. Does it go all the way back up here? Or does it just use this as a sweep? We failed to break below though, so it's a bit crazy. So this is basically like a sweep, push out, change of store delivery, came and mitigated, and we could be going up, hence why I took partials. So even if we hit break even, London, we came out of drawdown a bit. I should have cleared the whole thing, but I guess half of it just didn't do it. So this is the mitigation part of it. Expansion part of it. Where could we think from? We know that this didn't break it. It was this point that broke. So we could go all the way up here. And we could get a break even, which is fine. But ideally, I want price to react off here. It's a smart money trap. So when we reach here, ideally, come and break this low at least, which also carry on breaking this low, hopefully. If not, then brother, there's a break even and the session's done. Yeah, I'm coming from. But we know that all this is a SMT, and we tapped into it. So we need to maybe break a high, and that high might be this one here. All right, we don't know which one yet, but let me just move this a bit to the side and see what happens. Being 1 minute, 30 minutes. So let's see what happens. If we don't, that'll be nice though. That'll be nice if we don't do that. Because I know that, bro, this is all smart money traps. Coming to a target, and the magnet is here. Let me show you where the magnet is. The magnet is right here. Right here. That's where the magnet is. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Another one that you can look at is candle patterns, right? Look, this is basically doing a mitigation because this candle took out this candle's high. So mitigation we could come all the way down. If that fails, then I guess we're going here. So we're going here now. So it's going to take us out of break even, which is fine. We predicted this. Hence why we took a bit of profit out. But let's see. It's broken it. Could that be the second sweep? Because this didn't really tap the opening price of that. No, this didn't really tap the opening price of that. This did though. This is the open. This is the open of this move here. And this finally tapped it. So if we break above it, then yo, we're definitely going here. If we don't break above it and we start making lower lows, sweet. So I think we're about to break above it. Yeah, so we're getting a break even, broski. We're getting a break even. Oh, we just done midpoint. Midpoint of it. As you can see, midpoint. Let's see. Is that what's going to take us, or is it just come to do a mitigation? Why is it a mitigation? Because look, this previous candle took out this candle's low. We broke above it. Mitigation, right? Could go higher. Could go higher. But obviously we know that this will be in a main push. It's had an invalidation. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now we violated it. So now I'm expecting the next point is this candle open here. Or this could just be a break and retest traders getting swept out for us to go further into the supply. Two possible roadmaps. Let's see which one plays out. Let's see which one plays out. So this is the sweep. Oh. This becomes the sweep. This one here becomes the sweep. Breaker structure, mitigation, move. That's what I want. Oh. Or this could be the mitigation of this whole thing, this change of state of delivery. And this could be the mitigation to take us further out. Because price is fractal. We were just reading it on a seconds level, even on an M1. But because we're using the candles, it's a seconds cycles, basically, you could call it. So now we're just waiting. Do we break this low? If we do, that'll be sweet. Obviously, it's trend line. You can see that. Liquidity. We want that to get sucked out. This is also liquidity. This also is liquidity. So let's see. Let's see. So we've had the mitigation now of this structural level cycle on an M1, mitigating this candle's open. So now let's see. We know that the main push has had an invalidation, which is this point here. But that invalidation is not really it, because this is basically break and test. So we can go and take that out. So we're aware of that. So now from here, we could either go up, or because this is an invalidation, we go up a bit, struggle to go up, tap this point, and then come down. Or even use this point here and just fly down. Because we know that this is the trap. The traps are here. As I was saying, the traps are here. The traps are here. Traps are here. So this is the magnet. Prices, it wants it here. It wants it down here. And it's following daily structure with what? What do we have? Divergence. Ooh. What do we have? Divergence. Divergence. Look. London didn't take out this point. London here took out that point. So this one's got the strength, and hence why we're moving this much. Taking out one. Trap number one, taken out. Now it's time for trap number two. And then trap number three. See what I mean? But now if I go on the M5, or M15. We don't need EU no more. We just need to see where could we possibly go in the decisional. So ideally, I can hold this thing all the way down to here, all the way down to here, all the way down to here, which is a 10R. Possibly passing us phase 2 in one trade. And we managed it accordingly. So now it's like, yeah, let's see how fast it goes down there. I'll give it until, because I don't want this stream to be too long, right? I don't want it to be too long. So what I might do is just either close it, not close it, either shut down the stream. Oh. What the fuck? Why is this not working? Oh. Just do a little called TikTok. Smart money traps. This is our magnet. This is our magnet. That was a weird TikTok, you know. Smart money trap. This is our magnet. Smart money traps. This is our magnet. This is our magnet. But now let me read it further. Yeah. You see how we've broken this? What do you think we're gonna do? We could either come all the way up here and mitigate, or remember this was a break and retest, so we can go all the way back up, take me out, and come back down. All possible roadmaps which could happen, but I know that these are the traps. Where I got in is fine, so it's cool. Smart money traps. This is our magnet. This is our magnet. Okay, we had a change of start delivery here because we had a candle that broke this. We've broken above that. So it's showing us that it wants to go up. If it wants to go up, remember, this is liquidity. This becomes liquidity where price obviously reverse for us. That becomes liquidity. And where we entered is ideally the extreme. So that could be a pattern as well. But this is the decisional. But the decisional is a bit booky. Why? Because there's no inducement inside of it. There's no inducement inside of it. So what could price do? Smart money traps. This is our magnet. It could go further up, tap into this point, and come further down. It could do that. And we're aware of it. So, yeah. We just let it breathe, basically. Smart money traps. This is our magnet. This is our magnet. So what we could expect here is price to come mitigate this point and or tell us what we're likely to do. We mitigate and keep going up. If we violate this, sweet. See, that's where we're at right now. This whole point, we have to break this whole point for me to consider that we're going further down. If we don't and we mitigate and go further up, likely going to reach here, and then I can expect the same thing to happen. If not, this could take us out, and yeah. Smart money traps. This is our magnet. This is our magnet. Smart money traps. So we've had that now. So here I can even cash out a bit because why? I know that we could be going further up. Let's see. If this high gets broken, I might just cash out. If that high gets taken, I'll take a bit of profit and let some little ones ride just to give us a little profit on the side. I'll put this as cash out. Why? Because it could be going up. We're just reading price. Top line. Oh, line. Let's just do this line. So yeah. If you don't break below this and we break above here, change the store delivery, mitigation, going up. The expansion could go all the way up and target this liquidity here. Because that price goes from liquidity points to liquidity points. So I don't want this high to be broken. Because that'll give us a 2-leg protocol. Which you're going to come from. And if that gets broken, I go a cash. It's that simple, bro. You just cash, close about your position. It's fine. We're here to clear the drawdown, not where you're going to come from. Okay, so we broke below it. So there's no point cashing now. No point cashing now. We just let it go. We just let it ride. That's what we do. So now if you come up again, it's just liquidity. That's what I'm seeing it as. Because we still haven't reached this point here yet. So if we reach this point and we've done that, Fairs, we could say that we're coming to target these guys here. But we haven't done that. We just leave it. We just leave it. Because this is basically just triggering people saying, yeah, we're bullish. Look, we have this sweep going up. Just like what they done here. So now I can say that, okay, cool. We could go all the way up to here. Be in the bearish decisional that led price to come down. In fact, yeah, if I was to look at it properly, it would actually be here, candle level. So main push, invalidation, we come back down. If that's not the case and it comes and takes us out, it's fine. It's part of the game. Because this becomes a main push, but I want the main push to have an invalidation. I want the main push to have an invalidation. And you might be asking, oh, if you're taking a bit of prof, why didn't you just leave your SL still here? It's because there's a protocol we follow. There's a protocol we follow. And if you mess up that protocol, you mess up everything. Break even is there to protect you. You moving it, no protection, brother. You got no security. So now let's see. The main push has had an invalidation. It has had an invalidation. Why is that an invalidation? Because this candle here is what broke this point here. Right? And then this came and broke it further. But if that broke it further, listen, there's no point of interest here. So this move here is just to entice buyers in. Because remember, we're slowing down here a bit. So now buyers are involved now. Sellers have got their liquidity that they need to push price further down. And that could happen in this zone here. Or it can happen in this zone here. But ideally, I want this zone here. I want that zone there. This is our magnet. Smart money.
Some people work 9 to 5. Some people work night shift. I work all shift.
Remember, this is not just a story.
Order film.
These are
Where's the volume on?
Remember, this is not just a story.
Order film.
These are Remember, this is not just a story.
Order film.
Come on, rip these guys out. I want you to rip these guys out. Rip them out. You might even have a little move up again just to gas them to up to here and then violate. Or we could just violate them straight. Because this is a non-point of interest. Main push invalidated. Where you gonna come from?
Remember, this is not just a story.
Order film.
These are
Remember I was saying this point here should be our invalidation. Right? Tapping there would be our invalidation. Or we could go to the midpoint, completing this cycle. So sweep, push out, mitigation. Maybe might make the high, maybe it might not. This is what I mean by not making a high. But if it goes up here, it's fine. It's here. If that point fails, remember this is just the candle level that we're looking at. This is the next one. But that one, the reason why I'm scared of that one is because trend line, this point here. So yeah. But let's see what happens anyway. Does this break? I want it to break, just like what we said, because it's had an invalidation. It's had the invalidation. But we're just looking at it on a candle perspective. Let's see what EU is looking at. Okay, EU's also done that. This is a smart money trap, so it has to take out this high. So EU wants to go and take out this high because this is a smart money trap. It failed to make a high. Smart money. Plus, it hasn't tapped into no point of interest. So the EU is basically going. EU might do the high, this point being broken, and then we come down like this. Oh. So I'm expecting EU to break this high, whilst GU doesn't break that high. And what high would that be? Let's go and check it out. Okay. Yeah, that high would be where we was talking about this point here. That's where the high is. So ideally, maybe GU might break this, but it shouldn't break this. This trend line should stay intact. Let's see. But I can't lie, how long is the stream now? For an hour, 30 minutes, 1 minute. I might just leave it and we come back in New York session and see what's really going on. Because this is going to be too long. I don't want it to be too long. Where you gonna come from? But don't worry, I'll keep you lot updated anyway. Yeah, keep you lot updated. If we get a break even, we get a break even. If we don't, you already know. That's phase 2 in a bag. That's phase 2 in a bag. Because this is a 10-hour trade, brother. All we need to do is just break this point here. And all hell breaks loose. You can't come from. All hell breaks loose. So look, this is about to go and break this point. I don't want this to go and break this point. You can't come from. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna leave it, and I'll catch you lot in New York session, and give you an update of what happened. Did we hit break even or did we go? Yeah. So catch you lot on the next one.